Hi guys. I was tagged by NonnaGrace to do a Christmas tag questionnaire, but I think they call it holiday tag. Yeah, 2020 holiday tag. So I'm going to do that tag in just a moment, and then I will pick someone to do it. I have a announcement to make before I do that, and then I hope you guys stay until the very last while I'm doing this, because I have a great little story that I want to tell you guys when I get to the end of it. My first announcement is, guys, I'm so excited about this, and I hope everybody else is going to. All right, during this Christmas season, humanity will be able to enjoy an astronomical event that has not happened in 800 years. The alignment of the planets Jupiter, Saturn, better known as the Star of Bethlehem, which according to Christian tradition was followed to reach the birthplace of Jesus Christ. This is a rare phenomenon which has a special meaning in the Christmas season, and that according to astronomical studies has not occurred since March 4th, the year 1226. That's what, the Middle Ages. This natural phenomenon occurs when planets Jupiter, Saturn come together. So at first glance it's going to look like double planets, but it's not. Okay. When and where will the Star of Bethlehem be seen? Guys, I encourage everybody who is able to get outside to go see this, and you're going to have plenty of chance to. This is something, if you have grandchildren, children, great-grandchildren, get them out to see this, because it will not appear again in their lifetime. The symbolic Christmas star will be visible from December the 16th to the 21st. And can be observed anywhere all over the world, although in better condition areas will be near the equator. The phenomenon can be seen 1 hour after sunset. Now, that means that it will be visible from the 16th to the 21st, but in the United States, it will be most visible and at its brightest on the 21st of December. I hope and I pray everybody gets out there and looks for this. It is going to be amazing. And, you know, to me, for this to be happening in 2020, I feel like it's a sign from God that He's with us and He's helping us. 800 years. Think of it. We're going to get to see something that hasn't been seen in 800 years. I'm so excited. All right, now this is the questions. 2020 holiday tag. There's 25 of these. For number 1, favorite Christmas song. I would have to say that it is Good Old Country Christmas by Loretta Lynn, come out in 1968. I love that song. What can always put you in the Christmas spirit? I start getting in the Christmas spirit when I start going to the stores and I start gradually seeing them putting out Christmas ornaments and all the new stuff coming out for that year. And then that's when I actually start feeling it. Gift traditions that you started. I haven't started any. Guys, I don't get Christmas gifts. People just don't buy me Christmas gifts, not even my own family. I can count maybe 3 Christmas gifts in 20 years. And one was from one of my sisters, and the other 2 was from my friend Sonny. Favorite Christmas story was The Night Before Christmas. That I have a vintage book on that. Best Christmas gift. I don't get Christmas gifts. How you found out about Santa. I don't get that question, because does that mean, how did you find out Santa was real or unreal or something else? But all I can say about that is if something happened or he did something, I don't know about it because I don't read, watch, or listen to gossip. Gossip is the farthest thing away from me. So if anything's happened to him or he's done something, I don't know about it. Weirdest or worst Christmas gift? When I was a kid, I'm allergic to wool. And when I was a kid, my aunt bought me a pair of wool socks, pure wool. I could not wear them. My feet would break out and it looked like I just stuck my feet in a fire. Traditional Christmas breakfast. I try not to eat on Christmas morning because I want to save up for Christmas dinner, so really there isn't one. Favorite Christmas smell? I think mine would be the combining of the Christmas dinner and everybody that's around, their colognes, perfumes, the turkey, everything that goes with it just makes the Christmas holiday for me. Worst part about Christmas? I'm gonna skip that one. Favorite Christmas candle scent? Apple cinnamon. Funniest Christmas memory? In the middle 1970s, but back from the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, I had an uncle and he had 7 kids, and they used to come to our house. So did my grandpa and grandma. Every year for dinner. We all got together for Christmas dinner. And one year, they came over on Christmas Eve. They were all going to spend the night so we could all get up and open our presents and start dinner. We were just little kids. I remember a big snowstorm hitting that night. All the power went off. We had no power, no nothing. We got probably 4 foot of snow that night. Nobody was interested. The next morning, you could not get anybody out of bed because it cut the heat and everything in the house off. Nobody wanted to get out of bed and go open Christmas presents because it was freezing cold. So it was like nobody wanted to. So my dad and uncle had went out to the garage and got an old Coleman camper camping cook stove thing, hooked it up to propane and brought it in. And they turned that on, and we put blankets and stuff around the doors that led into other rooms, and everybody went into the living room. It heated the living room pretty good. It was wild. But thank goodness they had cooked most of Christmas dinner the night before. So, but we usually don't even start Christmas dinner until Grandpa and Grandma gets there. Well, Grandpa and Grandma couldn't get there because we had 4 foot of snow. So we didn't get to have Christmas dinner with them that year. All right, gift traditions you grew up with. The only traditions that we really grew up with was, like I said, 60s and 70s. We didn't have Christmas dinner until Grandpa and Grandma was there. We waited on them, and nobody sat down for dinner until everybody we had invited either had showed up or called in and reported they weren't going to be there. That was a big thing with my mom and dad. Favorite Christmas decorations is the Christmas tree because you can do so much with it. And just every year you can make it look different. And that's just my favorite Christmas decorations. Number 15, favorite Christmas movie is going to be The Bells of St. Mary. I absolutely love that movie. And it's Bing Crosby and, what was her name? Ingrid Bergman. Great movie. Favorite holiday drink? Hot chocolate. What was Christmas like growing up? We were very poor. If we got any gifts, it was usually 1 gift apiece when we got gifts. But We always had, Mom and Dad always made sure we got like different kind of nuts, apples, oranges, all of that. We didn't get them through the year, but they made sure we had them for Christmas, and we didn't touch them till Christmas Day. Stay in pajamas or dress up. Had to get dressed. Mom and Dad didn't allow us to run around the house in our pajamas. Favorite Christmas craft? I would have to say the little tree ornaments that we used to make in school. All the kids would get together and make them, and we'd hang them on the tree. Favorite line in a holiday movie? Bells of St. Mary. My favorite line is, I shall pass this way but once. If there's any good I can do for anyone, let me do it now, for I may never pass this way again. If we don't fail sometimes, our successes mean nothing. Okay, let's see. Favorite Christmas treat? You know what? My favorite Christmas treat has always been the ribbon candy, because when I was a kid, that's what we used to get, those big old pieces of long, do you know what I mean? Those things were so good. Okay, Christmas Eve tradition. We don't really have one because we were never allowed to open our gifts on Christmas Eve. We had to wait till Christmas morning when we were kids. And then as we got older, everything kind of went away. My mom, she lost interest in Christmas. She would not decorate the house. We were not allowed to put up a Christmas tree. None of that stuff. Rename the reindeer. Carla. 24. If you could spend Christmas anywhere, where would it be? I would have to say, I would give up every Christmas, every holiday that I have left here on earth to go back and spend one more Christmas in 1969. Because that was the last Christmas my 12-year-old sister saw before she was killed by a drunk driver. And she was killed right after Thanksgiving in 1970, just before Christmas, which we didn't celebrate Christmas that year. I mean, we didn't even know it had come and gone because there was so much other going on. And it was so close to Christmas when she died. So I'd give anything to go back to 1969, spend one more Christmas with her. Number 25. When do you put up your tree? I usually try to put my tree up the day after Thanksgiving, or I try to do it within the week after Thanksgiving. And this year, I have really been slacking, but I am going to try to get it up this week. Anyway, I wanted to read another little story. I hope that was all 25 of them. Christmas story to you. And I just fell in love with this thing. And I may have told some of you this before, I don't know. It says, a child was standing barefoot in front of a shoe store shivering. A lady came up and said, "My little friend, what are you looking so earnestly in that window?" He replied, "I'm asking God to give me a pair of shoes." The lady took him by the hand, led him in the store, and asked an employee, "I would like a half a dozen a pair of socks and a pair of shoes for this little boy." She asked if he could lend a tub of water and a towel. The guy took him in the back, washed his feet, and dried them, and then he put on the socks and shoes. The lady patted the little boy on the head and said, "No doubt, my little friend, that you feel more comfortable now." As she turned around to leave, the child happily reached out, took her hand, and looking at her with tears in his eyes and asked, "Are you God's wife?" How cute is that? Anyway, to do this tag, the 2020 holiday tag, I'm going to tag Tanya at Sunflower Dragon Queen. Guys, thank you very much for listening to me go on. And I'll talk to you later.